In the first episode, Detective Boldly and Detective Love were hot on the trail of a killer. Olivia was last seen en route to Checkers, a local dance club. She had just broken up with her boyfriend and intended to dance the night away. After interviewing the boyfriend, they determined he has no alibi and seems unaffected by her death.
You don't get it, do you? I told her not to go to that damn bar, and she went anyway. At that point, we were done.
The friend who gave her the ride to the club showed up for his midnight shift at the mini-mart right on time.
He was here a few minutes early, if I remember correctly.
Since she's a regular at the club, the employees know she's been there recently, but can't pinpoint the day or time.
Dude, all the nights run together. I couldn't tell you when I saw her last. Might have been Friday, might have been Saturday, or maybe earlier in the week. I just don't know. Like I said, all the nights run together.
Join us now for the conclusion of Time Will Tell.
Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying. Go away.
Braden, we're the police. Open up.
You don't look like police.
I'm Detective Boldly, and this is Detective Love. We'd like to ask you a couple of questions about last Friday night.
Oh, yeah, right. Tiffany said you'd be coming over. Sit down. Sorry about that. I get a lot of idiots knocking on the door.
No problem. We're used to it. We're sorry for your loss. I understand you were good friends.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, actually, she was Tiffany's friend. I barely knew her.
Oh, I got the impression the four of you were close.
She used to be Jesse's girlfriend, and she's been best friends with Tiffany's since they were school kids.
Was there any tension between Jesse and Olivia?
Yeah, they weren't a good fit. They had a big blowout Friday night. That's why I got her out of there.
Was there a physical altercation?
No, just the usual bullshit.
Can you take us through the events of that night?
It wasn't a big deal. We ate pizza and watched TV at Tiffany's.
Well, I think Olivia might have a different opinion since she's no longer with us.
Of course, I'm trying not to think about it. It doesn't seem real. Seriously, it was just an ordinary night. We were eating pizza and watching TV. Olivia wanted to go out dancing, and Tiffany and Jesse said they were too tired. It's the same conversation we had every time we got together.
And how often was that?
A couple times a week.
I see. What time did you leave Tiffany's?
I worked the midnight shift at the mini-mart, so I left around 11:30.
So the four of you were at Tiffany's from 7-ish until you left for work around 11:30, is that right?
Well, no. I was falling asleep around 9, and Olivia had it with Jesse, and she was going to walk to the bar alone. I didn't think that was safe, so I offered to give her a ride. I needed to get an energy drink if I was going to make it through my shift.
Was it just the two of you? Did anyone else ride with you?
No, it was just us.
Was Jesse upset that you offered to drive her?
No, he didn't care about that. He's just sick of her bitching at him. They shouldn't be together. She's a gorgeous girl who likes to go out and have fun. He's a stay-at-home asshole.
So they got into a fight, and to keep it from escalating, you dropped her off at the bar. Is that about right?
It wasn't a fight. He told her if she went to the bar, they were done.
And what was her response?
She gave him the middle finger. He just shook his head, like she'd be sorry.
Did he say anything as you two walked out the door?
No, not a word.
Did you notice anyone suspicious as you drove her to Checkers?
No, it was dark.
Just to make sure I got this right, you stopped and got the energy drink on your way back to Tiffany's?
No, it's on the right-hand side of the street, so it was more convenient to stop on the way. It's a bitch to cross 4 lanes of traffic, even at 9 o'clock at night.
Go on. Tell me everything you remember after you left Tiffany's house.
We got in my truck and we headed out. I asked if she minded if I stop on the way, and she said she didn't care.
Did she go in with you?
Nah, she didn't want anything, so she waited in the truck.
Go on.
I bought a can, got back into the truck, and drove her to Checkers.
Did you go in with her?
No, I dropped her off in the parking lot.
Did you speak to anyone?
No. We pulled in, she got out, and I drove off.
Did anyone call out to her as you were dropping her off?
No.
Was that the last time you saw or heard from her?
Yeah.
You know, I believe they have security cameras in the parking lot. If she met up with someone, maybe we'll get lucky and they'll have it on video.
Yeah, that'd be a lucky break for sure.
So, after you dropped her off, what did you do?
I went back to Tiffany's.
And what time did you get there?
10? Yeah, 10. The news had just started.
Was Jesse there when you got back?
Yeah, he left right after the news.
How late does Olivia usually stay at Checkers?
Last call, so around 1:30-ish. Hey man, how much longer is this gonna take? I got shit to do.
We appreciate your help. Here's my card. If you think of anything else, please let us know. Before we head back to the station, let's see how long it takes to drive from Tiffany's to Checkers.
I already did. It's 3.4 miles. According to the internet, the average drive time is 10 minutes, even in heavy traffic. So I need to check the videotapes from Checkers around 9 p.m. on, but I'll be paying very close attention to the 11 to 11:15. That's the time that matters to me.
Well, all the video evidence from Checkers was useless. You can't identify anyone with video quality that poor. I think the only way we're going to solve this is with a confession. And I think I know who's going to make one. Let's gather everyone together.
I'm way ahead of you. They're all waiting for us in Interrogation 1.
What am I going to do without you when you pass the detective's second grade exam and you move on to another partner?
I wouldn't hold your breath. You know I suck at taking tests.
You're being too hard on yourself. You've got this. Go on in. I'll be there in a second. Okay, listeners. You've got all the evidence. Have you figured out who done it? We have Jesse, the spurned lover, Braden, the helpful chauffeur, or was it someone she met at the bar? Bottom line, Time will tell. Everyone, please take a seat. We have a couple more questions we need to ask you all, and since you're all very busy folks, I thought we'd do this all at once. Detective Love, why don't you start us out?
Me? Okay, right. Jesse, we know you were at Tiffany's house until 11 p.m. Is that right?
Yeah, we watched the news, and then I went home, just like I told you.
So starting at 11 p.m., you have no alibi.
I don't need an alibi. I didn't do anything.
While Detective Boldley and I were reviewing the evidence, we noticed something very telling.
And what would that be?
For several months now, you and Olivia would text multiple times a day, every day, without fail. And suddenly, all that stopped last Friday. You haven't texted or called her since. Can you explain that? Especially when she wasn't discovered until Monday morning?
I told you why when you came to my apartment. You know, for a detective, you ain't very bright.
Refresh my memory.
We broke up. I don't text or call my ex-girlfriend.
Give me a break. Your girlfriend humiliated you in front of your friends. Her parting goodbye was a one-finger salute.
Why would I care?
You mean to tell me you weren't angry about that? You didn't want to teach her a lesson?
You don't get it, do you? When I'm done, I am done.
She was your girlfriend. You loved her. She disrespected you and went to dance the night away with other men.
I didn't love her, and she didn't love me. We had mutual friends, and being with her was convenient for both of us.
So you weren't angry with her?
No, I was, at most, inconvenienced by her.
Inconvenienced?
Yeah, now I have to find somebody else to share my bed.
You have motive, the means, and the opportunity.
I ain't got no motive.
Don't give me...
Detective Love, there's just one thing wrong with your theory.
Oh? Then explain it to me, great one.
There's one other person with means and opportunity, and in my mind, a far better motive.
Who's that?
Braden.
Braden? Why would he have a motive? He's my boyfriend.
He's your boyfriend? I thought he was with Olivia.
Why would you say that?
He was always staring at her, fetching her drinks and shit.
He's just a nice guy that doesn't mean anything.
Braden, you described Olivia as a gorgeous girl.
So what? There are lots of gorgeous women in the world. Do you think I killed them, too?
No, but rest assured that I'll be checking your whereabouts with other cold cases.
So now I'm a serial killer? Do you hear this shit? I don't have to put up with this. I'm out of here.
Sit down, Braden. You're going to want to hear what he has to say.
You told us that you and Olivia left together at 9. Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Yes.
He came into the mini mart just a few minutes after 9. I don't know where he was before that, but he came into the store right around that time. I know it.
You're right. Your video feed was very clean and crisp. He entered the mini-mart at 9:06, and he left at 9:08.
Yeah, that makes sense. He came back in around quarter to midnight.
Yeah, we saw that on the video as well. Good equipment you've got there. So, we can document your whereabouts until 9:08. Now, when we check the video feed from Checkers...
Yeah, I was meaning to talk to you about that. After you left, I remembered there was an asshole blocking the drive, so I pulled into the parking lot next door and let her out.
Oh, I see. Well, thanks for clarifying. The video feed from Checkers was basically worthless. It was so grainy and angled in such a way that it wasn't possible to identify anyone. So you really didn't need to make up that lie. You see, your story had a glaring error from the beginning.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm telling you the truth.
After you dropped off Olivia, you drove directly back to Tiffany's, right?
He was back at my place at 10.
Yeah, that's right. He came in just as the news started.
See? I don't have the opportunity or a motive.
Detective Love has the right motive. She just assigned it to the wrong guy.
What are you talking about?
You were in love with Olivia. You told us how Olivia and Jesse weren't right for each other, that she was a gorgeous girl and was fun and outgoing. Even the bartender noticed you had it bad for her.
She was pretty. So what?
After Jesse broke up with her, you saw your chance and you took it.
You're wrong.
You drove to a quiet spot, maybe even the parking lot you just mentioned, and you came on to her.
No.
There's 40 minutes unaccounted for.
How do you figure?
It takes 10 minutes in heavy traffic to drive from Tiffany's to Checkers. Traffic isn't that bad at 9 p.m., but to keep it simple, let's just say it does. Let's say it took you 10 minutes to drive that 3.4 miles. That's 20 minutes. Count in another 2 minutes at the mini-mart, and we're at 22 minutes. That leaves 38 minutes unaccounted for. You took her to a quiet, out-of-the-way place and came on to her. She refused you, and you got angry.
It was an accident. I didn't mean for it to happen.
Tell us what happened. The guilt is eating you up inside. The bags under your eyes tell me you can't sleep. You're sweating, and your hands are shaking like a leaf. Just get it out.
I tried to tell her that we were meant to be together, that we like the same things, and we'd be good together. She laughed. She told me I had my uses, but that was it. I couldn't believe she meant what she was saying. We're perfect together. It was meant to be. She opened the door to leave me sitting there like an idiot while she went dancing. I reached for her, but she pulled away and fell. She must have landed wrong. I don't know.
Officer, could you take him to booking, please?
Yes, sir.
I can't believe I got it wrong. Again.
Your theory made sense, and the odds were with you. But in this case, it was all a matter of time.